And welcome back. It's Wednesday. Whoa, I can't talk, which means we are checking in with the latest happening in Hollywood with our friends over at TMZ. So Michael Babcock joins us now from the West Coast. Babcock, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Blake. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Okay, so
Good.
two
Good to talk to you.
very, what'd you say?
I said good to talk to you.
Oh, yes, you as well. So two very kind of different but very interesting topics today. So let's
Yeah.
start with this Jennifer Aniston stalker situation. I've not heard about this.
Yeah. I mean, and look, maybe it's not ultimately a stalker. Seems to suggest that this person was anyway. So around 12:20 on Monday, excuse me, Jennifer Aniston is at her home, her Bel Air home, beautiful place, fancy place. She is on the property, and everyone hears this commotion. Well, there was a 48-year-old man who is now been identified as a guy named Jimmy Wayne Carlisle, who crashed his car, Blake, through the gate where Jennifer lives and like onto her property. Now, thankfully, she has security, their armed security too,
Mhm.
which didn't hurt in this instance. They obviously hear this and they rush over and they actually hold this guy at gunpoint until police can arrive. So ultimately, police get there. The guy complains of injury, so he gets checked out by the medical folks first, and then they arrest him. And he's been arrested as we sit here and talk. He is in a LA County jail, Blake, on a charge right now that is essentially a felony vandalism charge, but they are looking into whether or not this is a stalking situation. You look at this guy's social media, and the police are examining this right now, and he has said a bunch of things about Jennifer Aniston
Oh.
over the months, seemingly suggesting that they were going to get married. Obviously, that's not going to happen. They don't even know each other. So now, when he crashes on her lawn, then you say, okay, look, maybe this doesn't sound like it was an accident. This sounds like something that was done on purpose. So we'll see what happens. Thankfully, they caught him, and again, he's behind bars right now.
Yeah, I feel like in the last, I don't know. I mean, I know it's always like stalkers have always kind of been a thing, unfortunately,
Yeah.
but I feel like in the last 3 to 5 years, we've really seen like a growth in it for
No,
celebrities for
no, I
whatever
think you're
reason.
right.
And so,
First of Yeah, no, I think you're right. I mean, and I think you probably can attribute that to social media. One, because the stars are so much more accessible now.
yeah,
That you know where they are, you know where they're traveling, what they're buying. I mean, that you're seeing a lot of robberies because of that, because about burglaries, because people know when somebody's not home. So I think social media is a big driver of what's happened. But yeah, it's gotten crazy, especially if you're a really high profile. I mean, like the Kardashians, they've had to deal with a lot of stalkers and situations like that. And yeah, you feel for them. It's got to be incredibly scary.
yeah. Well, and obviously, a lot of these high profile kind of names have the security and the team to kind of
Yeah,
handle these situations the way they need to be handled. But do you feel like maybe law enforcement or what have you has gotten better at maybe handling those specific situations at this point, given kind of the heighten that we've seen? Because there really has been so many. Like, I mean, I feel like
yeah,
Selena Gomez was maybe one that was caught up in one for a
yeah.
while too. Like, just so many names that pop out.
Yeah, no, that there is, and I think obviously the police in this area, I think are used to dealing with celebrities. It's as a guy who's not from here, not from LA, it's sometimes strange because you walk down the street and you see XYZ actor, and
Yeah.
there's just a lot of people around because like, obviously a lot of the high concentration of actors and musicians and all of them, they live here. So I think they're just used to dealing with the celebrities in incidents like this. But I think also it shows why you should have security, because at the end of the day, if she would have called police in that moment, I mean, what's the best response time? I mean, a couple of minutes, and what could happen in that time if somebody wants to do you harm. So I think, for a lot of stars, if they can afford it, and obviously Jennifer can, I think it makes sense to have them right there with you. You can say, hey, well, this is crazy. What do you need armed security for? Well, on Monday she did. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, so to clarify real quick before we move on, so Aniston's okay, but they're still just trying to kind of look into the depth
yeah.
of the situation, more or less.
Right, exactly. Yeah, she's fine. Nobody was hurt. Nobody besides this guy was hurt, not serious injuries. And yeah, they just want to know if this is somebody who they've got to keep an eye on, especially, going forward here, or is this an incident where somebody crashed into a gate by accident?
Oh my
So
gosh. All right. Well, that's crazy. Too many
yeah.
stalkers out there, Michael. They need to be
Oh,
stopped.
you're not kidding. You're
Oh
not
my
kidding.
gosh. Okay. Well, one of the cases we've kind of been following, or the stories we've been following, especially with you on the last several months, is this whole
Yeah.
Diddy situation, all the stuff that's been coming out, and now we are at the jury selection phase of kind of the
Yeah.
legal proceeding. So tell me what's to know about this.
Yes, I mean they're moving along. It's day 3 today of jury selections. They started at 5 a.m. on Monday, or it's 8 a.m. I should say, their time, local time, 8 a.m. on Monday, and it's been going slow, Blake. But I think they've made progress. So far they've got 35 potential jurors. Now they started with a pool something like 600 people big, and they have weeded out and dismissed a lot of people. I mean, this is a really complex case. It's a case that a lot of people have strong opinions on already going into it. Obviously, that's not typically the case when you're, you know, serving jury duty. Who knows? You don't know what the case is. You don't know the details. In this situation, people walk in knowing so much about the defendant and so much about the charges. So it's hard to find people. So that's why they've had to be very thorough. But again, they've got 35 people now. They're going to do the same thing today, and I think they would hope to come out of this with at least a dozen more people, and then from there they will weed down that group, and they will ultimately decide on 12 jurors and 6 alternates, and then on Monday it's game on. It's opening statements, and this trial is probably going to be like 8 weeks, 9 weeks long. It's
Wow.
not going to be short, and if Diddy loses, he could theoretically spend the rest of his life in a prison cell. So a lot on the
Whoa.
line.
Yeah, definitely a lot on the line. Two thoughts here. First of all, on a more like personal humanistic level, it's crazy because we've been talking about jury selection a lot with people in my life. And it's like, how crazy would it be to be summoned and then you end up getting summoned for the Diddy case? Like,
Oh,
that's just something you
right.
would never think of,
Can you
really.
imagine? Yeah, you know what, Blake? It's funny, and I think a lot of the potential jurors know this. Yesterday, somebody was dismissed because the person admitted to going home on Monday night after watching, for 8 hours everything that happened in the courtroom and reading about the trial and reading about jury selection and just wanting to digest things on the case. And the judge said, "I told you don't look at anything on this case," and because of that, they kicked him out. So I think, I think these people who are potentially going to sit on this jury, they know this is a huge case. I
Yeah,
mean, I think this is going to be one of the bigger cases that we've seen in decades. I
yeah.
think really it could be that big.
Well, and it's interesting too because I think it'll be so closely followed, not only because of the
Yeah,
severity of the situation, but also Diddy is someone that really has, up to this point resonated with, cross
yeah,
generation. So it's kind of
yeah.
fascinating in that sense. I am curious. I feel like I saw a headline yesterday. I could be making this up, but I feel like I saw some kind of headline yesterday with like Michael B. Jordan's name being thrown around with all of this. Was it people were dismissed with something with that, or is his name being included now in all of this drama?
Nothing that I've heard. I mean, it's look. I think when it comes to people talking about the freak off parties
Yeah,
that the government has accused them of having, I think there have been a lot of celebrity names that have been thrown out there. There's nobody that has seriously been linked to those events, and nobody else has been charged here. That's of no celebrities. It's just Diddy. So, yeah. I mean, if wouldn't surprise me if someone's name was thrown out there,
yeah,
but again, I don't know that there's much proof to indicate that a bunch of other celebrities were taking part in this. If they were, we just don't know about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, that makes sense. So, Babcock, always great speaking with you. Thanks for the
Of
insight on
course.
all the craziest things happening in Hollywood. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time. And if
Thanks
you're
so much for
watching,
having me, Blake.
yeah,
I'll see you then.
absolutely. And if you're
Okay,
watching
bye.
at home, you can catch TMZ weekdays at 5 p.m. and TMZ Live weekdays at 2 p.m. All right, you guys, do not go anywhere because coming up, we've got a brand new local theater group who's joining us right here in studio. We'll be right back.